Imagine you're wandering through the charming cobblestone streets of a picturesque European village. As you take in the sights and breathe the fresh air, a friendly local approaches you, starting a light-hearted conversation over a shared admiration for the town's history. You feel at ease, losing yourself in the moment of cultural exchange. However, what if behind that friendly smile lies a cunning mind, crafting a psychological profile from the innocent details you reveal? In this video, we'll unravel a sinister truth. Criminals targeting seniors abroad often prize collecting seemingly trivial information over physical valuables. Why, you might ask? Because it's this very information that can be subtly exploited to infiltrate your digital life and, in turn, your financial resources. We often think of identity theft as the primary risk, but the dangers extend far beyond that. We'll explore the nuanced vulnerabilities that arise from social norms and the shadows of digital exposure, risks that many of us overlook. The number one detail you shouldn't divulge to strangers or acquaintances is your precise travel itinerary and solo status. Here's the heart of the matter. Sharing your travel plans might seem innocuous, but it essentially lays out a roadmap for those with ill intentions to exploit. Picture this. A well-meaning traveler in Rome chats with a seemingly friendly fellow traveler, or a local they meet at a cafe. Enthusiastically, this traveler shares their plans for the day. A visit to the Colosseum in the morning, lunch at a quaint little bistro, followed by an afternoon touring the Vatican. Unbeknownst to them, the person they are conversing with may not have the same kind-hearted intentions. Later, as the traveler immerses themselves in the wonders of Italy, their hotel room becomes vulnerable to opportunistic thieves, who now know precisely when the room will be empty, thanks to the casual sharing of their itinerary. But it's not just theft that should be a concern. The notion of a friendly tour guide is another scenario that can catch travelers off guard. While enjoying a scenic stroll through Paris, an unsuspecting visitor is approached by a charming local who offers to show them secret spots unknown to tourists. Since it's been shared that the visitor is traveling alone, this seemingly generous offer of a personalized tour can quickly morph into a situation where the traveler finds themselves uncomfortable or coerced into spending money on unwanted services or goods, or worse, lured into an unsafe area. Sharing the fact that you're traveling solo amplifies this risk significantly. It's an open invitation to those who might see it as a chance to capitalize on your perceived vulnerability. Without companions to rely on or a potential safety network to fall back upon, the probability of someone deciding to target you as an easy mark increases. Even simple things like a delayed response to a message or no immediate backup in case of trouble can paint a concerning picture of isolation. Moreover, sharing extensive details about your schedule in casual conversations or even in online travel forums and social media can be risky. Remember, not everyone online holds your best interests at heart, and those seemingly innocuous posts can inadvertently reveal more than you intend, essentially broadcasting where you are and are not to the world. It's essential to maintain a sense of intrigue about your travel plans. Share experiences after they happen, not before or during. And when it comes to online content, ensure your accounts have proper privacy settings, allowing only close friends and family to see your updates. Ultimately, whether at a chatty breakfast with strangers or posting about upcoming adventures on social media, keep the details discreet and general. This isn't about limiting your enjoyment. It's about securing the peace of mind that comes with knowing you've safeguarded your journey from those prying into your day-to-day adventures. After all, true freedom in travel comes with knowing you can explore the world on your own terms, without unwelcome surprises. Travel smart, safeguard your plans, and treasure the journey in a way that leaves you with memories of beauty, not cautionary tales. Another detail you shouldn't share are your daily routine, habits, and dependence. While it can be comforting to connect with others over shared experiences, discussing regular habits like having coffee at the same cafe each morning, or even your specific medication schedules, can open up vulnerabilities. Imagine a story shared by a fellow traveler, Linda, who embarked on a solo adventure to Italy. A regular at a charming little cafe in Florence, she became friendly with the staff and some locals. Her love for cappuccinos was a daily ritual. Over time, her interactions naturally included tidbits about her morning visits and her medication schedule, which she didn't think much of at the time. One afternoon, after spending a lovely time at the Uffizi Gallery, she realized her room had been broken into. Investigations suggested the information she casually shared might have been leveraged by folks with ill intentions, exploiting her absence during her usual morning routine. The predictability made her an easy target, underscoring how even innocuous details can compromise your safety. Moreover, your connections and conversations about loved ones, like grandchildren or friends, might feel like building rapport, but can double as emotional levers for those savvy in the art of social engineering. These individuals could easily use such details to feign genuine connections, catching you in a vulnerable moment by mirroring your shared experiences, perhaps even staging an emergency scenario that seems believable due to its intricate ties to your shared stories. So, how do you protect yourself while still enjoying the richness of interactions abroad? Consider adopting a travel persona. This doesn't mean being disingenuous, but rather carefully curating what you choose to share. For instance, instead of mentioning specific likes or routines, diversify your stories with general interests and broader topics, like your admiration for local art or cuisine. Talk about an interest in learning local history or how you're on a quest to find the best gelato without needing specifics on where you've searched. Create a layered approach to your conversations. Leave out personal rhythms, specific family details, and locations where you frequent regularly. This persona is not about deception, but about ensuring your safety while still engaging genuinely with the world around you. After all, maintaining a little mystery not only safeguards your well-being, but also lends an air of intrigue to your interactions, making each encounter a balanced exercise in sharing and protecting. As you chart your course through new territories, remember that every shared story doesn't have to contain all the chapters of your daily life. By consciously choosing which details to divulge, you can embody the spirit of adventure while keeping your personal realm secure from unwanted intrusion. Balancing richness in experience and the prudence of privacy is key to enjoying every moment safely. When traveling abroad, it's natural to want to share some details about your life back home. Maybe you're chatting with a friendly fellow traveler or enjoying a conversation at a local cafe. Yet, it's vitally important to be cautious about divulging information regarding your home, locale, and property details. Revealing specifics can open doors, quite literally, to a slew of security risks. Imagine this. You're sitting in a picturesque Italian piazza, the sunshine warm on your face, and you strike up a conversation with a charming couple at the next table. As the conversation flows, they mention they've always dreamed of visiting your part of the world. Caught up in the moment, you start describing your neighborhood. It's peaceful, you say, tucked away just outside the bustling city center. You go on to describe your lovely white brick house on Maple Lane with its lush garden and the old oak tree you love. Although it all seems harmless, this detailed information can be more dangerous than you might think. Identity theft is a very real threat. A seemingly innocuous offhand comment about your home's location can aid in pinning down your exact address. More worryingly, coupling this with details about your trip duration and the home being unoccupied can be a recipe for disaster. By knowing you're miles away, someone with malicious intent could have time and opportunity on their side. Additionally, sharing information about caretakers or house sitters, like specific days they come or explicit routines, only reassures potential wrongdoers that your home is a feasible target. Burglars, after all, prey on predictability. If someone knows precisely when your property will be unattended, it creates a perfect window of opportunity for a break-in. This brings us to the postcard friend scam, a tactic that ensnared a couple from your community. Ruth and Bill had met a seemingly kind older man at their hotel's breakfast lounge while on a European river cruise. Over the weeks, they grew close, exchanging stories and insights about their hometowns. Before parting ways, the man asked for their address, saying he'd love to send them a postcard from his next destination. Excited at the prospect, Ruth, without thinking, gave him detailed directions to their street and mentioned the part-time housekeeper who only came Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Fast forward a few weeks, and upon returning home, they found their house had been ransacked. Their mistake? Trusting too easily and sharing too much. What they thought was a harmless gesture of friendship became a doorway to invasion and loss. This anecdote isn't to scare you, but to illustrate how genuine interactions can sometimes have unintended consequences. By simply keeping your home details close to your chest and being mindful of casual conversations, you maintain control. Remember, sharing less about your personal space doesn't make you any less friendly or open. It means you're conscious of your security, ensuring that your home waits for you, safe and sound, when you return. Staying wary of what you reveal protects both your peace of mind during your travels and your cherished space back home. Another detail you should refrain from sharing is your specific financial markers and asset locations. Consider the story of Pamela, a seasoned traveler. During a visit to a cozy Parisian cafe, she struck up a conversation with a friendly couple at the next table. Enthusiastically, she shared details about her travels and mentioned that she always withdrew an ample supply of cash before her trips, keeping it securely wrapped in her suitcase, tucked in the hidden lining. Pamela felt comfortable chatting in the warm cafe atmosphere, not realizing she had just revealed a potential vulnerability to individuals who might not have the best intentions. This brings us to a crucial point. Revealing specific financial habits, such as using only debit cards for transactions or where you stash emergency funds, can inadvertently expose you to risks. These risks include potential theft and unwelcome financial burdens if someone chooses to exploit this knowledge. It's best to keep specifics like the location of your valuables and your financial strategies to yourself unless absolutely necessary. Another common mistake lies in mentioning recent bank visits. While chatting with a charming group at a historic market in Rome, Joseph, a retiree, casually talked about his last-minute trip to the bank before his flight. He shared how he had sorted his finances meticulously, keeping money in different pockets to stay organized. Although this conversation seemed harmless, it inadvertently invited interest in the specific management of his finances. The same caution applies to discussions about sentimental jewelry. Imagine Evelyn, a lifelong jewelry enthusiast, lovingly recounting the history behind her grandmother's pearl necklace to a fellow traveler on a scenic train ride in Switzerland. While the story was enchanting, it revealed the presence of a precious and valuable item in her possession, turning it into a potential target for theft or loss. To navigate these potentially risky waters, consider adopting a layered wallet strategy. This involves carrying multiple wallets or pouches, each containing different types of payment methods, some cash here, a credit card there, and another with travel documents, all dispersed and tucked away securely within your clothing or luggage. By not keeping all your resources in one place, you can mitigate loss and confusion in case a wallet goes missing or is targeted by opportunistic thieves. Diversifying your payment options also adds a layer of security. Carry a mix of credit cards, a small amount of cash, and if possible, a prepaid travel card that can be topped up online. These varied methods ensure that even if one form of payment is compromised, you have alternatives. Remember, it's not just about the diversification, but also about keeping these choices discreet and well protected. It's important to tread carefully and remain discreet about financial details and the location of valuable items when sharing your travel experiences. Protecting these aspects of your identity ensures peace of mind, allowing you to focus on the adventure itself, knowing you're shielded against risks and perfectly poised to enjoy every moment of your travels. Finally, refrain from disclosing any details about your health vulnerabilities or dependencies. When traveling abroad, it's crucial for seniors to be particularly cautious about how much they reveal about their health vulnerabilities. Some might think discussing specific health needs is necessary to ensure a smooth journey, but it's vital to be selective in what you disclose and to whom. First, let's talk about medication. It's understandable that when you're far from home, you'd want assurance that your medical needs will be met. However, sharing a detailed list of medications with strangers or touting the necessity of your specific prescriptions can make you a target. Criminals with ill intentions could use this information to exploit your vulnerabilities, suggesting false solutions to non-existent problems. Instead, keep your detailed medical information private, perhaps only sharing it with a primary healthcare provider or someone directly involved in your care, like a trusted travel companion. Additionally, take special care when discussing any medical equipment you rely on, like mobility aids or hearing devices. Sharing details about needing certain devices for mobility or hearing not only informs others about your physical limitations, but also about how to incapacitate you by tampering with these aids. Consider talking more discreetly about such needs. Or better yet, have a plan in place that's communicated only among those in direct service to your travel, such as hotel staff, and ensure it's done discreetly if required. Night vision issues are another area of concern. While it might feel like a natural conversation point when arranging evening plans or transport, it pays to be more cautious. Letting people know that you are limited in this way can be an invitation for unscrupulous individuals to take advantage of you, especially in poorly lit or unfamiliar areas. Moreover, we must acknowledge the emotional sensitivities that can accompany health challenges. Declaring feelings of anxiety or unease associated with your condition might seem like seeking empathy, but it can also mark you as vulnerable. Scam artists often target individuals who display worry or stress, posing as helpers only to lure them into a false sense of security before attempting to deceive them. There's a story of a senior named Margaret, who learned this lesson the hard way. During her trip to Florence, she casually mentioned to her taxi driver that she relied on a specific heart medication and that she was waiting for an important prescription refill from back home. Within a few days, Margaret started receiving alarming messages at her hotel, supposedly from the local pharmacy, claiming her medication shipment was seized by customs and that she needed to pay a hefty fee to release it. Panic-stricken, Margaret nearly transferred large sums of money before a more alert hotel staff member intervened, pointing out the scam. Margaret's experience serves as an important reminder that while it's essential to manage your health responsibly, disclosing too much information about your vulnerabilities could open the door to exploitation. As you enjoy your travels, maintain a mindful balance between being prepared and protecting your privacy, sharing only with those who genuinely need to know. So what's one detail you've realized you might have been sharing a bit too openly? How will you practice keeping it private on your next journey? We'd love to hear your strategies in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and above all, stay safe and smart on your travels. Safe journeys await when you travel wisely.